Hey guys, it's me. I'm back again, and I'm doing something a little different with this video. It's not a music reaction. There will be more of those, but this is not that. I want to talk to you about Star Wars Rebels. I'm a huge fan of this show, just of Star Wars in general. And obviously I liked the Clone Wars and everything leading up to this as well. But obviously this week we are getting the showdown between Maul and Obi-Wan Kenobi on Tatooine, and we get to see the cartoon version of Old Ben back from 1977. This is cool. I think a lot of people who even aren't really Rebels viewers are going to watch this episode. I think the way I'm going to title this video is going to be like Maul versus Kenobi predictions or something. And this isn't so much a prediction as much as me expressing something that I hope will happen and why I hope that this showdown between these two characters will play out this way. The overall gist of what I'm hoping for, I know people have been saying things like, oh, like, Obi-Wan can't die, obviously, because we see him in A New Hope, so he's just going to destroy Maul. I feel like that would not do any kind of good service to the way they've been developing Maul as a character so far. Basically, Maul has come to Tatooine because of the events on Dathomir with him and Ezra and Sabine, right? And earlier on in this third season of Rebels, they put those holocrons together. They, did this crazy force magic stuff, and they realized that the key to destroying the Sith is found on Tatooine, and Maul has put the pieces together that he needs to find Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it's interesting that he has said he's looking for hope. So Ezra wants to destroy the Sith. Maul might have some sympathies in that area, and I'll get to that a little bit more, but he wants hope. And of course, we find Obi-Wan for the first time in cinematic history in A New Hope, right? And of course, we think of Luke as the New Hope, but Obi-Wan is obviously extraordinarily crucial in bringing Luke into the picture, and he's been waiting like 20 years to activate, the son of the Chosen One. With Maul coming to Tatooine to look for Kenobi, I think we have to be careful before we jump to the conclusion that they're just gonna fight and that the Star Wars Rebels team would make an episode of just them fighting. I have a funny feeling that Maul is going to have a lot of questions for Obi-Wan when he sees him. Think about this, like, the relationship between these two guys, they never spoke until, like, the Clone Wars, right? Obi-Wan was on a ship on Tatooine when Qui-Gon found Anakin. Maul fought Qui-Gon. The only word that, like, Obi-Wan ever said to Darth Maul in their first encounter was no, when Maul killed Qui-Gon, and then they just fought and didn't say anything to each other, and then Obi-Wan chopped his legs off, and, knocked him down a hole. And by the time Maul comes back, we actually see them having conversations, and Maul obviously has this obsession with making Obi-Wan suffer, which he achieves, right? During the Clone Wars, Darth Maul, well, formerly Darth, now just Maul, Maul makes Obi-Wan suffer by killing Duchess Satine in front of him, his girl, right? Like, the love of his life has been killed right before his eyes. And, I think Maul at some point has got to realize that even his opportunity to finalize his revenge on Obi-Wan was taken from him, not by Obi-Wan, but by the Sith. Right? Maul was gaining all this power on Mandalore. Obi-Wan managed to get away, but Maul had to deal with Palpatine, right? Darth Sidious came into the picture and ruined everything Maul had been building with Death Watch and Mandalore and the Darksaber and all of that. And it's been well established since the finale of the last season that the Sith took everything from Darth Maul. You get from the comics that, they kill his mother, they killed his brother in the Clone Wars. Maul has really had everything taken away from him, and Vader took the position that Maul was hoping to have with Palpatine as kind of that right-hand man, the one running the Empire and being the enforcer. So the Sith really, ever since Maul killed Duchess Satine, the Sith have taken, I would argue, more from him than Obi-Wan ever did, right? Obi-Wan took away some years of his life when Maul was wasting away in that like garbage heap, and he took away his legs, but Mother Talzin was able to restore Darth Maul's legs. So he kind of got back a little bit of what he lost, and he was able to actually like rise again and then fall, and his second fall was more so because of the Sith. And so there are reasons for Maul to want to take revenge on the Sith. Also, I think Maul is going to have some of the same questions that we as Star Wars viewers and fans also have. Like, it's only been 20 years, Kenobi. Why do you look so old? Why do you look like Alec Guinness? Right? And obviously the out-of-universe explanation is just an oversight on the part of George Lucas in like kind of overshooting how old Obi-Wan would be. But I guess the in-universe explanation would be maybe like the conditions on Tatooine and how long he's been there in this desert climate, and just the amount of grief and sorrow and all of that, which may come even with some influence of the dark side. Like, Obi-Wan's been suffering, and that's a point. Maul is going to come. He's going to see a middle-aged man who should not be as old-looking as he is, looking really old, and he's going to say, well, hold on a second here, dude. What happened to you? I think it would be very strange to me if Maul was not curious about the, like, wow, even just a passing remark, like, look how old you've gotten, right? Like, Kylo Ren to Lor San Tekka. Maul, the last time he encountered Obi-Wan, was wanting to make him suffer, and I don't know if Maul really has the ability to do that anymore, right? He would either have to be like, well, I just want to finish him off and kill him, but I don't like, Maul still has goals. Maul still has things that he's working towards, at least, or was working towards with Ezra with regards to, you know, the key to destroying the Sith and the holocrons and all that. I think Maul will want to know why he's there. And this is the part where I think we could get a really cool outcome where Obi-Wan drops the biggest truth bomb in the Star Wars universe, and, you know, Maul can have his own little, the first time he watched Empire Strikes Back moment, when he says, well, Anakin is the father of this kid on that farm over there that I'm just kind of keeping an eye on, and yeah, Anakin's his father, and he's also Darth Vader. And I can just see Maul just like, what? What I think would be really cool is for them to get talking, and for Obi-Wan and Maul to have a conversation about what has happened on the in-between, and for Maul to find out that Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker, that he has a son who is the key to destroying the Sith. I think it would actually be useful for Obi-Wan to hear Maul say Luke is the key to destroying the Sith, because you have to keep in mind too, Obi-Wan does not want to redeem Anakin, or he doesn't think it's possible to redeem Anakin. I think Obi-Wan and Yoda want Luke to destroy and defeat Anakin and Palpatine, right? You see all the way even into Return of the Jedi, I don't think they believe that redemption is possible for Anakin, because they've seen like him do way too much, right? They've seen the contrast between the man they knew during the Clone Wars and who Vader is. And it's only Luke who believes in that redemption. And what we can't have is Darth Maul coming in and turning to the light side of the Force. Like, we can't have that happen, because we can't have Obi-Wan witnessing Sith or former Sith turning to the light side. Maul can't be redeemed in Obi-Wan's eyes, but he can be redeemed in the eyes of the viewer, right? And how would that play out? He finds out the identity of the Skywalker lineage, and Darth Maul goes to fight Darth Vader next season or the season after. That's what I want to see. I want to see the confrontation, because think about what we've seen so far in Rebels too. We've had Rex and a battalion of droids, separatist droids on this isolated planet that didn't get the shutdown command, joining up together to fight the Empire, right? Who won the Clone Wars? The Separatists or the Republic? Neither. The Empire won the Clone Wars, right? Because the Clone Wars was there to create the Empire, and the remnants of the armies of the Clone Wars, namely a clone commander and a commander of the droid army, joined together to fight the Empire. So how cool would it be if our Duel of the Fates scenario in The Phantom Menace, where Obi-Wan and Maul fight each other and start this feud, how cool would it be for that to coalesce into a sort of unofficial, loose, which is what the rebellion is anyway, act of rebellion? What if, like, that Duel of the Fates at the end of The Phantom Menace was able to now be seen as seeds of the rebellion, a relationship that would form that would one day send a powerful ex-Sith Lord to fight Darth Vader? Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be extraordinarily satisfying to see Maul meet Obi-Wan, learn the main truth about Star Wars that makes it so exciting for us, like the thing that we force 10-year-old kids to watch Empire Strikes Back with like little to no explanation, and we literally try to watch them be horrified by this revelation, I am your father, right? What if Maul got to have that same experience of the Star Wars viewership and say, oh my gosh, Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader and Luke's father, and get him to go fight Darth Vader? That would be so awesome! And I know obviously it's a wish on my part, but I feel like, and there's nothing I can do about it now by throwing it out there and suggesting it, because obviously the episode has already been produced, and we're going to be waiting to see what happens this Saturday. But I feel like this possibility would be very entertaining. It would be very fulfilling for a Star Wars fan to see that. I just really want to see that happen. I want to see something a little unexpected, and I think this would be it. I think it would make a lot more sense if Vader killed Maul. That would be a fitting end for Maul to go down swinging, fighting Darth Vader, and maybe even telling him, like, I know who you are. Like, I know you're Anakin Skywalker. Obi-Wan told me. That would be crazy. So, let me know your thoughts, because I'm curious if any of you would like to see this, and there's only a few more days until this episode airs, so get in that comment section, and if you have friends who are Star Wars fans, share this video with them, because I'd like to see if people would be willing to consider this option. I think it would be really cool. Anyhow, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Check out this channel. We've only got a few videos, but this is my band's channel. We've got a music video here. And looking forward to your interactions and your subscription when you click the subscribe button. All of that. Pardon my hair, it's a mess today. I didn't feel like dealing with it. Life goes on. May the Force be with you, and goodbye.